Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something really special, a place where ancient poetry meets some seriously modern technology. We're going to see how a classical language isn't just being saved from fading away, but is actually getting this incredible new life in our digital world. So, how's it being done? Let's get into it. And this phrase right here, it just nails the entire spirit of what we're talking about today. Think about it. This isn't just about archiving old texts in a dusty corner of the internet. It's a coronation. It's about giving these words the honor and the platform they deserve in the 21st century. So, what does a digital coronation actually look like? So, to understand this digital renaissance, you first have to know the name at the heart of it all, Ratnalabala. What is it exactly? Okay, now the keyword here is ecosystem. You really need to get that this isn't just a website or some simple database. Ratnalavla, which was created by Yuktishala AI, is designed to be this living, breathing, interactive space. It's a place where you can experience Telugu poetry in a way that just wasn't possible before. And this is where the story gets really, really cool. Because behind all the amazing tech, there's always a human story. And the story behind Ratnalabala isn't about servers and algorithms. It's a deeply personal family legacy that stretches back more than 100 years. Just look at this journey. It all kicks off way back in 1909 with the grandfather, who was both a poet and a teacher. His passion was then carried on by his son, the father, who became a respected scholar, dedicating his life to researching that very poetry. And now today, the grandson, a technologist, takes that incredible inheritance and builds a digital home for it. You've got the poet, the scholar, and the technologist. It's three generations all woven together by this one beautiful thread. Okay, so we've got the powerful why behind the project. Now let's get into the what. We're going to break down the three main parts, the core modules that make Ratnalabala so unique, how you can read, search, and create. So first off, let's just talk about the sheer scale here. When you enter this world, you get access to over 1,050 classical Telugu poems. That is a massive library, literally in the palm of your hand. And this library is called Shatakamala. What it does is pretty simple but profound. It takes the timeless wisdom of poetic masters and makes it instantly available no matter what device you're on. All those barriers of time, distance, physical books, they just vanish. All right, next up is Valamala, and this is where things get really, really smart. This is not your average search bar. It's an AI search engine that actually understands the feeling and the meaning behind the words. It thinks like a poet. And here's the difference, right? A traditional search needs an exact keyword or a code, like the name of a poet and a poem number. But with Ratnalabala, you can search for a concept, an idea, a feeling. You could type in courage or the pain of separation, and you can do it in Telugu or in English. The AI doesn't just look for words, it looks for the vibe, the sentiment, and finds poems that match. It's a total game changer. And this is where you go from just being a reader to being a creator. The third module is called Chitramala, and it's a super simple but powerful creative tool. It's just 3 steps. You write your own poetry, you pick from over 30 gorgeous Telugu fonts to style it, and boom, you instantly have a beautiful, shareable poster. You know, speaking of those incredible fonts, it's just amazing to see the community spirit here. This collection of 34 different fonts was made possible by the incredible work of Sri Appaji Ambarisha Darba over at freetelugufonts.com. It's a perfect example of how these big digital preservation projects are so often a team effort. So we've seen the family legacy and the cool features. Now let's pop the hood for a second and look at the technology that makes the whole experience so smooth, fast, and importantly, private. Let's quickly break this down. First, it's a progressive web app, or PWA. All that means for you is you can install it right on your phone's home screen without ever visiting an app store. And get this, it even works when you're offline. Second, it uses something called indexed DB technology, which basically means zero loading time. Access to all those poems is instant. And third, and this is a big one, it is built from the ground up to be completely private. This is the project's core promise to every single user. Any poem you write, any poster you create, it all stays right there on your device. Nothing ever gets sent to a server. Your creative work is 100% yours, and it is always private, period. So, let's tie all of this together. Ratnalabala is so much more than just a clever piece of software. It really represents a powerful new vision for how we can carry our most precious cultural traditions with us into the future. This cycle right here pretty much sums up the whole experience.
It's a complete loop of engagement. You read the classics, you feel inspired to write your own stuff, you visualize it in a beautiful way, and then you share it with the world. It's an active, creative process that keeps a tradition alive and kicking.
And that really leaves us with this huge, fascinating question. I mean, this is such a brilliant example for one language and one art form. But it makes you wonder, right? How else can we use technology like this to breathe new life into all the other ancient traditions all over the world? So, if you're inspired to go explore this digital coronation for yourself, here are all the details you need. The project is Ratnalabla. The creator is Sandeep Miryala of Yukti Shala AI, and you can find it all at ratnalabla.versal.app. Thanks so much for tuning in.